Previously, last episode, we got humiliated at Anfield, 3-0 against Liverpool, terrible result. We then had an FA Cup game against Cardiff in Wales, and in the last kick of the game, we lose. Okay, so this episode, we had to make a statement, had to bounce back, and it's against Bayer Leverkusen in Germany in the Europa League second leg. First leg was 1-1, so they had the away goal. It's going to be hard for us, but Fred scores his first goal of the season. What a time to score, because when we go first, 9 times out of 10, we ain't going to lose the game. Anyways, to get back into it, we did get a corner, and we did get a penalty from that corner, which is going to be Marcus Rashford stepping up. And does he miss? Never, ever in doubt when it comes to Marcus Rashford and penalties. He's so good at this game when it comes to set pieces. I thought it was highest over, but they did score. Bender, making it 2-1, 3-2 on aggregate, and then Unlucky Williams makes it 3-1, 4-3, 4-2 on aggregate, sorry, and I was now comfortable. I thought, you know what, it's over now. They nearly scored, but it wasn't over. I can confirm it wasn't over. Eric Bailly again, with his fourth goal of the season for a centre-back. He's been scoring a few bangers. I ain't going to lie to you. Very impressive. 4-1, 5-2 on aggregate, and we go through to the next round. Have a guess who it is? Okay, Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund, and we're playing at home again. So a win, a clean sheet. I'll take a 1-0 going into the game against Dortmund. I really would have. But before that, we've got to go and face Watford at home. A game that I'm really confident in. We should be beating these. And it wasn't easy at the start. We did have a few chances missed. Late into the first half, we finally score Anthony Martial. And then from there, like I said, we score one. The floodgates open and we score more and more and more. And then guess who scores again? Have a guess. Anthony Martial again. You can understand where it's going. You can see by the title. You can see where this is going. And it's happening right now. Anthony Martial just before half-time making it a hat-trick. 3 goals in 6 minutes for the Frenchman. And do you know what? He hasn't been in great scoring form this season. I'm going to be honest with you people, but he's got a hat-trick here today. He got another one. He got 4 goals today. A great finish again on the turn, just outside the box. 4 goals in this game. 4 goals to Anthony Martial. 4 goals to Manchester United. And we go through with 3 points. We did win Manager of the Month as well, so that's like a third one of the season. So, very impressive season so far for us. I ain't gonna lie to you. We then face Wolves, which is going to be a tricky game. It's always a tricky game against Wolves. And I'm going to be honest with you, this was a struggle. This was a real struggle. As you can see here, they do go 1-0 up, Jimenez. And we face these in the FA Cup, and Jimenez just taunted us all the time. Always scores against us. For some reason, he is our boogeyman. You know what I mean? He's always scoring against us. But then to make matters worse, they do go 2-0 up. Kilman scores just before half-time, 6 minutes before half-time, and it's looking very, very bad for us right now. And it could be an L. There goes Jota, scores again, but it is a disallowed goal. We then score, but it's disallowed from Odion Agallo. And then you wouldn't believe it again. We have another chance. Martial scores, but it's offside again. They just don't want us to win this game. It's looking ridiculous now. We do end up losing the game 2-0. Should have scored there, really. But we're now looking go, okay, we've lost this game. We was 1 point behind Man City at the start of this episode. And now with that, they ain't going to lose games. We're going to be behind Man City now, we'd imagine. Anyway, we get into this massive game against Borussia Dortmund and another offside goal. At this point, I threw my phone on the bed. I couldn't be bothered. We go half-time. 0-0's not a bad result. Do you know what I'm saying? 0-0's not a bad result, but if we can score 1 or 2, it would be perfect. And we go again. Martial finally scoring after an hour of football at Old Trafford. We finally get the breakthrough. And do you know what? A 4-0 win. A 1-0 win against Dortmund at home is a massive result for us. We then go and face Southampton, and it's going to be difficult. I know that they're not a team that we can just run over. They're going to fight for every point they can get, but we go through. And Marcus Rashford back on the scoring sheet with his 27th goal of the season. He's been very quiet this episode, apart from the penalty, if I can remember correctly. But his 27th goal of the season, passes 1-0 up at half-time. We then go into the second half, looking for another goal. And good football here from Southampton. They just missed, but then they get a free kick. And I felt confident with this. Mitchell get the yellow card, But Ward-Prowse, what a free kick. What a stunning free kick from the young Englishman. Not much I could do with that. Tactically, it was just a good free kick. Mitchell maybe should have done better. And I'm showing you this now. I'm changing formations and look, we bang goal. We bang shots at them. Another offside goal. It's getting ridiculous now. How much more offsides do they want to give us? But we started with this formation with, I can't even remember how many shots, probably about 13. But look how much we ended with. We ended with 30, more or less. So, great formation I'm going to use as well. So, that's the formation I'm going to be using in the future. Make sure I don't forget. We're playing the next episode. We're playing Dortmund, Burnley, Brighton and Sheffield United. Depending on if we get through to the Europa League semi-finals, we may play the semi-finals in that as well. But with that loss against Wolves, we're now looking maybe going, okay, we're second now. We've got a lot to do now. There's not much games left in the Premier League. So winning the league, going behind Man City now, it's going to be a different situation. They're very difficult. But look, Man City flopped. They lost to Southampton 2-1, a team that we beat 2-1. So we're now 3 points clear with 5 games remaining. But anyway, people, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode.
It's like it's playtime when it's free time. In the dance, yeah, they have a talk of glance. Yeah, we stepping out the room. Got money in my mind.